number you have dialed has been changed.
Fickle my heart and how rosy my eyes.
Just a crazy lightning show.
I struggle to find any truth in your lies. Lend me your eyes, I can change what you see.
It's so quiet right here, so quiet.
But your soul you must keep.
Tornadoes in every direction. North, south, west, east. This valley is quiet. Really not even any wind. Well, here they are. The cicada. You can hear it really loud. Not a mean bone in their body. That does not mean that they will not hurt you. They are dangerous because if one of these crawls up your shorts, you might break your neck jumping around trying to get it out. But other than that, harmless. Lots of them around. Happy birds. Sugar snaps are really coming in well. So maybe some of these will make it to the market after all. I just can't eat them all. These are snow peas. They're eaten like this. They don't really form a big fat seed, and they eat the pod. Not as sweet as a sugar snap, but excellent nonetheless. Cauliflower doing well, forming their heads underneath that tight wad of leaves. These are self-blanching. For some reason, they hide their little heart from the sun. Yeah. But they're coming along well. Yeah, doing pretty well. This is the lettuce coming into flower. Takes it quite a while. The broad beans are now 4 feet tall. I could come in and pinch the tops out and stop their growth, but they'll continue to produce coming up these places here. I don't know how long I'll let them go along or how much more time I'll spend with them. They've produced pretty well. This is the first time I've grown them. So this was my experiment for last year. I'm always trying to do something, one new thing every year. One new type of something. And this has been an excellent choice. Broad bean. I will do this again. You can pick them small, like a green bean. You can wait and let them pod out. And then eat the beans that are inside. They're sort of like a lima, which is good. It's a really good example of the fava beans through their maturity cycle. You see the smaller ones that can be eaten as a green bean, and then the gigantic ones will just hold off and make a seed, which is the bean that you eat. And this is the celery coming into flower. And I'll try to keep up with showing you the process of saving seeds. So this is the bed that had the radicchio in it. And now it's been changed over to summer, quote unquote, garden. A bunch of onions have gone in and some sunflowers on the end. And then growing, they're called homesteads. It is a bush tomato. Here are the little babies that were growing in the greenhouse earlier. Well, here they are in the ground. I will come back and stake these. Even though they're a bush, they do get very heavy with their production. Plot of sage. I like to do the herbs and the flowers all mixed in the garden together. Beets are finishing out. Looking pretty good. Seedlings that are out here hardening off. Got the sugar baby watermelons. Just some more sunflowers. These are North Georgia roasters. So they're just a hard winter squash. It's one that goes in the ground and grows forever and produces and is harvested in the fall. Big giant squash. This is the experiment. So like I said, I like to try at least something new every year. The idea for the broad beans came from a UK gardener, and these are dragon peas. Winged beans is another word for them. It's a Japanese soft-shelled pea that is eaten the same as a sugar snap. So they're a sweet, edible pod that grow in the heat. Getting started with the pick out, you're going to want to get your containers filled. You can find these containers at any place that sells plants in the springtime or through the summer. I get these from my local feed store. He saves these trays and the cells for me, so you can resource these for free and use them over. Because it keeps them out of the dump. So you just want to fill it well. You're going to push a lot of soil down. You want to have a good firm root ball for when you come and pop your seed out later, your little plant. So just lots of soil. Push it down. All right, so I have my trays filled, and I have my little plants that are ready to go, and we're going to do the pick out now. So I'm literally using a stick. You can use anything, a pen, pencil, a stick, whatever floats your boat. And you want to get the roots loosened now, because I'm going to pull them all out. And individually, you're going to tediously pick out each little plant. I'm going to break that open, trying not to disturb the roots so much. I'm going to pull some out and just sort of break them apart until I can tease one out. There we go. Got him. Now I'm going to make a hole. And then he goes. Just going to press that all the way down into this hole that I just made. Give it a little push. Good to go. When I come back and water, it'll sort of come and fill that in and stabilize the little plants. That's it. You just keep moving on. You pick your best, healthiest plants this way, and you save the time of needing to wait on them to germinate to see what you have as far as healthy plants or even a sprouting seed. And you save the space of having flats full of seeds that are germinating or not. This way you know. They do well with this. You can do this at a much earlier stage, than what I have done. The thing that you're looking for is you just want to have some roots to work with. You want to make sure you've got something. I like to have a good bit. And most plants seem to do well with this. I do this with all the plants that have small seeds. My bigger plant seeds, when you've got a big old honker, I just go ahead and put those in a flat. Usually the germination rate on the honkers are pretty big. It's pretty good. So, and there we are. All done. Last one. This is as many plants as I need. I have some little extras. Then I'll probably go ahead and pot them just to have them to put into any kind of hole that might be in the garden. Having your soil covered with something is better than having it just sitting bare. So I'll now water the flat until it is completely saturated, running out the bottom. Just to give them a start, push all of the air away from their roots and get them to communicate with their little new home. Yeah, there we go. This is an update on those plants that I did a pick out on in that earlier video segment. And a handful of days later, just showing you how well they can respond. They do fine, almost 100%. Maybe this one is even 100% of taking. It's not a big deal for them. They handle it pretty well. This is the lettuce. Now I'll give them a light foliar feed just to give them a little push going forward and grow them out until they've completed their root ball, get them in the ground. So this type of trellising system is just a cattle panel that is stretched between two sides of the path. I have pots on one end And this one just goes straight into the ground here. And where the peas are growing now is where those wing beans, those dragon peas, will go. And they'll just hang from here and be harvested. I used this for loofah sponge. Year before last, that was my experiment for that year. Went pretty well. Look who opened up and showed us their beautiful heart. This is amazing. Look at this. All right, seriously. They're ready. So we will have that at the market this week, folks. Awesome.